What is up, Scentsy fans? It's Patricia, and today I'm filming my Scentsy Empty video for the month of September. September is our first month of the Scentsy catalog, so it's always a little bit of an interesting month because you're still finishing up summer items, you're getting into fall, you're getting to the warm, spicy aromas that make you think of the start of school and the weather cooling and the leaves changing. So I've got some bars here. I think I left out one because it's coming up in Tester Tuesday, but I think I've got lots of other scents to discuss with you and some non-wax items. So I'm actually going to go through the non-wax items first just because sometimes they get neglected. So I did finish up a sugar scrub in Mahalo Coconut. And we don't make sugar scrubs anymore. It's too bad because I did really like the product. The only thing that's a little bit annoying is you have to stir it and it kind of makes a mess, but the product itself is really good and this scent was really nice. So I think I have one sugar scrub left and I will look forward to that. I put in Fluffy Fleece dryer discs, and that's a really good dryer scent. I love the added fragrance that it gives as it's tumbling. Just make sure you have it freely tumbling. All right, for pods, I finished up a Honeymoon Hideaway. I purchased these in November of 2023, and these were very kiwi heavy. I love this scent. I prefer it in wax, but the wax is very light, so there's my dilemma. But I do enjoy that scent, and I have some Welcome Home pods, and I actually have this going in a car bar form down in my car. And which reminds me, I forgot to bring up, I'll talk about it next month, but I just want to highlight that if you're considering picking up Jammin' Jubilee before it retires this month, definitely pick up the scent circles if they're still available. They are great performers. This is Water Lily and Bergamot in the flower, so it's really beautiful. And it still has scent, so what I did was I put it in my storage room and I'm letting it fragrance that area that way. I lost my wall fan diffuser. First off, it stopped working. But secondly, we bought like another fridge for our unit, so it's in our storage room. So yeah, my husband said I can't use one of those adapters anymore. So I have to figure out if I can get some more scent going in that room. All right, I finished up a Jammy Time hand soap. And this is just okay. It's not a favorite fragrance of mine, but I do value it in terms of wax. It's a great performer. I finished up a Daydream Oasis dish soap, and the dish soap for me is hit or miss. Sometimes I get lots of lather, sometimes I don't. But this one is fine. I'm just working my way through them. I do like them because they are scents that I typically enjoy versus I do really enjoy using like something like a Dawn. I think it works great, but I don't necessarily love the fragrance. So I have an oil that I finished in Chamomile Violet. This is one that I don't care for typically, but I'm just trying to use my oils systematically, and it does smell like a little bit of like a honey chamomile kind of tone with it. I finished up a scent pack in Looney Tunes. This was hanging in my entrance closet, and it's totally lost all its scent. It's been in there since probably March. So from the summer collection, I finished up the body wipes in Pink Pineapple and Sugar. These were fine. It's just not something that I need to purchase for the price. I would probably just use baby wipes. We have an abundance of those here, so I would just use those. And my husband finished off the Scentsy soap in Luna. I was kind of telling him, I said, you haven't been having as many baths lately. And he said he's been having more showers, but the other day he had a nice long bath. And he put this in to finish it off. The notes are jasmine, sweet pea, berries, and sandalwood. It's a top seller, but we don't have that product anymore. All right, so that is it for the non-wax items. I'm just going to move my basket a little bit closer here, and then we'll discuss and dump. All right, so what I'm going to talk about first is I might as well talk about the testers I warmed in first day of fall. I finished off 5 testers in this fragrance. The notes on this are pumpkin, autumn woods, ground nutmeg, and a dash of cinnamon. I put those in the overnight warmers because a scent like that will not clash with things. You know, what I do is I go to bed. If I don't leave my warmers going, my normal scent warmers, I will turn those off and I will turn my overnight warmers on just for a little bit of light in the area. And something like that is a low to medium grade level scent. It'll just give out a little bit of scent in the area, and then the next day, whatever you're warming fall wise is probably not going to clash with first day of fall. So when I turn that off and I start up something else, it'll go together fairly well, if that makes sense. All right, let's talk about some wax, and some of these are limited time offer scents and some of them are new releases. So from the Harvest collection, probably in the fruity category, we have Apple Spice Season, or it could be in spice easily. It's Juicy Apple, Harvest Pumpkin, and Sparkling Spices, and this performed fairly well for me. I got good longevity and good strength, and it's one of those old school traditional apple spice scents. So if you're looking for something like that, definitely pick this up. I think this is going to return next year. That's just my prediction. It seems to be doing well. New release, I have Cherry Chestnut. And this one was a little disappointing for me. The notes on this one are warm, black cherry, roasted chestnuts, and whipped vanilla. And I warmed this here in my bedroom, and I warmed it, I think, in the kids' bathroom. Now, the kids' bathroom is a struggle spot for me anyway, but here in my bedroom, I could smell it really well for a few hours, and then it just kind of died to nothing, and I was just disappointed at the longevity. I would say maybe I could smell it for 2 or 3 hours, and then it was just nothing. But it does smell so good, so if you're someone that is willing to troubleshoot it, maybe give it a try, because your experience might vary from mine. And it's always good to watch lots of videos and get an overall feel. And if you're still really intrigued, just pick it up and try it. I have Leaves and Lavender. This is a new release, and this says lavender, clove, and fall leaves. This is one that I do enjoy. Some people don't. I actually enjoy this one, and I would repurchase. And I don't really even like lavender, so that probably goes to show that there's not a lot of lavender smell to this. It's an interesting concoction, but it's really nice in a bedroom, and that's where I warmed this. So Leaves and Lavender, I did enjoy that one. I probably will wait to repurchase if it returns next year, just because I have a lot of wax I'm trying to work my way through. So I have Pistachio Woods, and this is a new release as well. And this is Pistachio, Buttery Almond, and Cedarwood. Oh, a little piece of wax just fell and hit me. Yes, this reminds me of a interim between Scentsy's Pistachio and Vendor Wax Pistachio. Vendor Wax Pistachio is really aggressive. It's got a lot of cherry almond undertones, and traditional Scentsy Pistachio is very creamy, and this is kind of somewhere in the middle, and it was okay for me. It's just probably not one that I need to repurchase. From I think this was the Gordy Goodness Wax Collection, which has recently sold out, I have Spiced and Spirited. So this is Hearty Pumpkin, Brown Sugar, and Bourbon, and this is a lot of spices, like amalgamated to, it doesn't even really smell that strong here now. You know what it kind of smells like? It kind of smells like chocolate a little bit. But yeah, it doesn't smell like chocolate in the warmer. It smells like a lot of spices that come together to give a complex, deep fall scent. I have Cinnamon Woods, and this one I had a bit of a love-hate relationship with. So Cinnamon Woods has notes of Bartlett pear, cinnamon bark, and sugared woods. And I think this is from the Harvest Collection. And if it wasn't for this scent, I'd probably absolutely love the Harvest Collection. And it's funny because I do love this in the first day, but then the second day, I think it was, I just really didn't like it. So that was my dilemma. On cold sniff, I don't like it. It smells like stale. It smells a little dirty. In the warmer, on the first day, it's beautiful. First day, it reminded me of a spiced Ember Glow kind of feel, almost like a little bit of mahogany in there. It was really nice. And then something happened on the second day that I just really didn't care for. If you're from Canada, you're able to access Maple Peak. And this one is a Canadian exclusive as part of our 15th year celebration with Scentsy. And this has notes of toasted maple, sweet marshmallow, and smoked cedarwood. So this one here is really nice if you like toasted marshmallow and you want a variation of that, less malt, more maple sugar, then try to get your hands on Maple Peak. I think I'm going to pick some more up. I did put it in my club, but I don't get my club until February just because I skipped November shipments. So I did enjoy that, and I'm not someone that traditionally likes a lot of maple scents. It's not ooey gooey maple, it's not aggressive maple, it's very creamy with the marshmallow. I really liked it, and I warmed it in my open area, and it was just really nice. And even though my daughter gave it low marks on her first sniffs, she didn't seem to mind it at all on warm. And that's traditionally what happens with my daughter. If you've watched my Tester Tuesday video, she's very strict with her scores, but typically she doesn't complain once she's smelling things in the warmer. So, all right, the next one is Sparkling Spice Citrus, and this is from the Harvest Collection, I believe. And the notes on this are sparkling mandarin, black currant, sugarcane, and clove bud. And I had 2 cubes left. I warmed this, and I had 2 cubes left, so I gave 1 cube to the dental assistant at work and 1 cube to the front desk when they placed orders. And my front desk person, Audrey, who you've heard me mention before, she commented that she loved this. So what I'll probably do is pick up a couple bars, put them aside, and probably in a few months she'll ask me if I can order her some. And rather than explain that it's a limited time offer and you can't get it, then I'll just ration out those couple bars to her. All right, so for scents of the month, I have 2 Spooky But Sweet, and this is scent of the month for September. This one has notes of nutmeg, smoked maple syrup, and caramelized vanilla sugar. And to me, this is a hybrid of Gimme Candy and Scary Good. So it's not as sweet as Gimme Candy and it's not as spicy as Scary Good, but there is a smokiness that I pick up. Some people don't pick up the smokiness, but I definitely do. So it depends if you like smoky or not. I won't be repurchasing this, but it's getting good feedback from the public because it's a pretty good performer. Also a good performer is Provence Lavender. This is a little bit of a stronger lavender scent. Basically the notes are just lavender, but in the past we've had, oh my gosh, why can't I remember what it's called? French lavender, and that one's traditionally a light lavender. This is a stronger lavender. It has a little bit of a soapy tone, a freshness to it, but it would be good if you wanted to mix with it. It would be better in bigger areas because it would stand up a little bit better. So I finished up that. And I finished up some testers that I mixed for the wax melting challenge. So we'll talk about falling apples first. And this is something that you can get now. And I just have it here in tester form because I don't have a bar. So the notes on this are crisp apple, acorn, and oak. And it's this kind of reddish maroon colored wax. And this one is an okay scent for me. I remember in the past it was strong and then it just kind of dropped off quickly. And the prompt for the wax melting challenge was to mix 2 fall colored scents. So I grabbed the light brown tan colored of toasted acorn and oak. So I had a tester of that. So I put 1 falling apples to 1 toasted acorn and oak together in the warmer. So the notes on toasted acorn and oak are toasted acorn, creamy chestnut, and golden oak. So they both had acorn and oak, which I thought worked out well. And this was a really nice combination. I'd probably do it again, but I don't need to. I think I prefer toasted acorn and oak on its own. I feel like I've been saying that over and over. It's like a tongue twister. But yeah, I prefer this one on its own, and it's a very good performer, strong and long lasting. All right, so let's talk about things that are retired. Now, the reason we talk about things that are retired is because sometimes they don't stay retired. They come out of the vault, you get access to them, and sometimes they're in flash sales or clearance sales or bundles, etc. So let's talk about just a few scents here. I have Rainbows and Butterflies, 2 I've finished up. These are from 2020. Strawberries, pineapple juice, and vanilla citrus. I warmed this a lot in the bedrooms. It was just a feel-good, juvenile, kid-like scent. So there's a lot of vanilla with this with a little bit of fruit. And it's just a nice, fun, happy-go-lucky kind of scent. This one my husband really loved. It's picked for you. I don't have any more of this. It's Lychee Blossom, Honeydew Melon, and White Amber. This is a fantastic performer. If you like florals that are sweet in nature mixed with a little bit of fruit, this is definitely one you want to add to your list. The performance on this, it lasts and lasts at a good medium to medium plus. Really nice fruity floral. Really nice spice. A creamy spice is Cozy Spice, and I love this one so much. It's a Scentsy Club regret for me. I did use to have it in my Scentsy Club and I took it out, and I have regretted it ever since. So this one has notes of toasted nutmeg, ginger spice, and Snow White vanilla cream. And that Snow White vanilla cream is what really drives this home with the beautiful combination of spices. And there's not really cinnamon in here. It's just a warm group of spices that reminds you of a Starbucks pumpkin drink. Because Canada Kim bought me something at Starbucks and I just really loved it, and this is what it reminds me of. Now I think I have 3 more, and I'm going to warm through them because I'm warming through my older wax. And I'm telling myself that because I'm finishing it up, somewhere the Scentsy gods will tell me it's going to come back at some point. That's what I'm hoping. If we keep talking about it, Cozy Spice, maybe Scentsy will throw us a bone. All right, from the Villains collection, I have Ursula Poor Unfortunate Souls. This one was sweaty, so I did want to work on it. It's Wild Blackberry, Scarlet Raspberry, Bubbly Goji Berry, and Vanilla Silk. Now this one's grown on me over time. It's very sour and tart, but I like it a lot more than I used to. It's going in my bedroom right now. It's not a typical bedroom scent for most, but I thought I'd throw it in just to switch things up. Performance is, I would say, about average to above average in strength, and longevity average, or maybe slightly below. For the wax melting challenge, we have Sips of Cider. This was a warmest cider scent prompt. So the notes on this, this has retired from last year, is blood orange, sparkling ginger, and cinnamon stick. And yes, I definitely got the blood orange and the cinnamon, and a little bit of ginger was obvious. I would have called this, instead of Sips of Cider, I would have called it Citrus Cider. All right, and from my Scentsy Brick Stash, I finished up Frosted Petals, and this one I just love so much. I'm actually happy that I have 2 bars that I picked up, I think in clearance or somewhere along the line there. This is Snowberry, White Currant, Jingle Bell Orchid, and Sheer Musk, and it's a good performer, very fresh, uplifting, bright, feel good, and kind of mellow all at the same time. But not mellow as in it performs, you know, like a wimp. It actually performs very well, but the feeling that it gives, it is a floral, but it's kind of like a special floral. So if you see that one, maybe grab it. It is a good one. All right, I have a few Bring Back My Bars to talk about, so let's talk about those. A Flat Bottom Apple S'mores. This is in my club. The notes, there's quite a few. Let me read them off to you. Harvest apples, cinnamon glaze, coconut milk, toasted marshmallow, vanilla creme, and warm cedarwood. Very strong, and I have this going in my husband's Chicago Bears NFL helmet, and we've been turning it on because the very first week when the Bears were playing, they were losing, and I said, oh, we're supposed to turn on the Bears warmer, so I put this in, I turned it on, and then they won, and my husband thought it was great, and then now, since then, they've lost, but it was worth a try. Frosted Ginger Cookie, this is in my club. This is a little bit different than the Ginger Cookie Crunch because there's more fiery ginger. So the notes on this are chewy brown sugar cookie, which I say yes, it feels more like a brown, slightly molasses cookie versus the ginger cookie that you're going to see in the holiday collection, which is more vanilla based. This one is a little bit more aggressive with the ginger, and it's a spicy ginger with that brown sugar. So yeah, chewy brown sugar cookie, ginger and vanilla. So performance on this is great. Got compliments from my husband. Yeah, it's really nice. There is a little bit of a lemon tone to it, I think, which just kind of elevates it and helps its performance. So I finished up 2 wax bars of Blueberry Rush. This is one of my daughter's favorite scents, and I think it was Letitia, she asked if I could do a video on my family's top 5 scents. So each member of my family, their top 5 scents, and this would definitely be in my daughter's, and she's very picky if you've watched my Tester Tuesday videos. So the notes on this are blueberry, cranberry, black currant, and pomegranate. And it's a heavy, deeper scent, and she tends to like those as her fruity scents. So what I will do is I will get one of those videos out in the next couple of weeks. It'll just be a fun video. All right, I finished up one of my favorites, Pink Haze. This has really grown on me over the years. It's confection of berries, nectarine, vanilla laced whipped cream, and marshmallow fondant. It's creamy and sweet, and I just love this. Oh, it's very hazy in the air, and it just kind of relaxes and calms you, but it's so good. So if you see this one and you're contemplating grabbing it, I would say go for it. And lastly, we have Fuzzy Blanket, and this one is a flat bottom as well. I'm working on those. Sandalwood, lavender, and honeysuckle. So a little bit similar to Jammy Time, but it's a little bit more sandalwood, and it's not as heavy in terms of its performance. It's more light in general, and I think I like it better. And I did finish this off mixed with sugar, which was really, really nice. I'll probably do that again. Hi, Future Patricia here. I was editing the video and I wanted to film a little bit of an insert because I forgot to tell you I'm going to post this video on Saturday, but on Sunday, September the 29th, I think it is, I'm going to try to do a live video. We'll talk a little bit about wax and whatever you want to talk about, but I thought I'd go through my wax melting challenge picks, and that way we can talk and just kind of highlight our, our love of wax. And sometimes that'll just take us wherever it takes us. That is fine. So the time I'm going to go on is 1 o'clock Atlantic time, which is 12 Eastern, which is noon, 11 Central, 10 Mountain, or 9 if you're on Pacific Standard Time. So hopefully if you see this video, you can check it out. And maybe if you're living in the UK or somewhere over in Europe, that'll also allow you to jump on because of the time difference. So, all right, so before we sign off, let's talk about question of the month. And with the new catalog, we often get exposed to new warmers, and we also see them in the Harvest collection and the Holiday collection. So my question for you is, are you someone that changes out your warmers for each season? So when fall comes, or Halloween, or Christmas, do you change out your warmers, or do you tend to have a core selection of warmers that you just leave all the time? Or do you a little bit of both? Let me know your approach down in the comments below. I look forward to reading them and seeing what you do. I tend to change out some and leave others as staples. So thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you have a great day in your neck of the woods. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one.